Hey y'all, it's Lindsay, and today I'm gonna participate in the Mom's Reflections collaboration. So Claire over at Crumb Fun and April at The Simple Rugged Path put together this list of questions for a mom reflection collaboration, and it looked like a great set of questions, and I thought I would join in. I want to tell you a little bit about me. I am a mom of 3 girls. I have Caitlin, who is 7 and in second-ish grade, Molly, who is 4, who's kind of a preschooler, and then Lauren, who is 7 months old and totally rocking that baby life. I'm gonna jump right into these questions. Number 1, share something about being a mom that no one ever told you about. So no one ever told me that you're never gonna realize exactly what you sound like until you hear it coming out of your kid's face. And I specifically hear it coming out of my 4-year-old's face all the time. I have somewhat of an extremist personality, and I have a lot of sarcasm, and I like to make jokes, and I am a very expressive person, and I didn't realize just how sometimes that can come across as too much until I heard it coming out of my 4-year-old's face, and it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I really sound like that? Oh, that's bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize just how much of a crystal clear mirror I would have in my children. Number 2 is define a mother's heart in 1 sentence. A mother's heart never wants to let go, but is always trying to learn how to let go. And I'm not even sure if that's really what I want to say. My heart is desperate for a break, but I never want my children away from me. It's such a weird dichotomy, honestly. Like, I want to have solitude and I want to stare at a wall for like a solid hour every day. But if I were to ever actually get that, I know the entire time I would be staring at the wall thinking, where are my babies? I know they're in the house. Where are they? I need them here with me. Why are they not here with me? Number 3. What part of you do you see in each of your children? Okay, with Caitlin, I see the desire to serve others. I see her, she's a very strong moral compass, and she's always seeking justice, and that's me. With Molly, she's an extremist, and we define her as our passionate child because she can be passionately loving and kind and generous, and then she can be passionately frustrated and passionately angry and passionately ugly, and that's me as well. We're both extremists. And with Lauren, she's so young that it's kind of hard to determine which parts of my personality she has, but she's kind of funny, and I like to think of myself as funny sometimes anyway, and I think that I have a pretty good sense of humor. But I also see in her a huge sense of wonder, and I am one of those people. I love to learn new things, and if I hear even the tiniest little fact, I'm often running, like wondering at everything about it, trying to go to the end of the internet and back just to learn more about it. So there's that. And what's the next question? What are your goals as a mom this year? I have 1 major goal that I'm probably going to be working on until my kids leave my house, and probably beyond that. I'm really wanting to learn how to effectively let go, loosen the reins, and allow them to become the people that they are to become. To clarify, Caitlin loves cooking. She has told me this verbatim time and time again, that she loves cooking. She wants to cook. She plays kitchen all the time. She pretends like she's making cooking videos all the time. And I need to loosen the reins a bit and allow her to do the cooking. Regardless of whether that's just like lunch for her and her sister, or if she wants to like get out there and bake a whole cake. I need to loosen the reins on that. Number 5, what has being a mom taught you? I would say that the number 1 thing that being a mother has taught me is that even whenever I feel completely empty and completely drained and with nothing left to give, there is always more for me to give. It's not of my own strength, it's of Christ's strength, but there's always more of me that I can give, and I can push just a tiny bit more and give a tiny bit more. You know what I mean? And the way I see that is my children wake up a lot. Last night was a prime example. 100% of my children woke up multiple times last night. And it was just kind of like, I'm exhausted and I have nothing left to give. But that's not true. I still got up with each one of them each time they needed me. And even when I thought that I was just going to let it go and just let one of them cry, I was like, I can still get up and I can still help her. So for me, there's always something more to give. Number 6, favorite Bible verse or quote as a mom. So my favorite Bible verse as a mom in this season is 2 Corinthians 4:17. For this light, momentary affliction is preparing us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. And with nights like last night, it seems like it's overwhelming. It seems like it's never ending. I'm never going to get to sleep through the night again. And I know that season will end, and then they'll become like teenagers. And then of course I won't sleep through the night because I'll be like constantly thinking about them and wondering what they're doing or what they're not doing or how they're doing, or the fact that they're going to be out of my house soon. And what are we going to do to be able to support them best once they're out of the house? Like, it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. That's what it should have been. I should have said at the beginning something no one ever told you, is the fact that you will never sleep through the night again. Like, you might get a few nights here and there, but even if the kids are grown and out of the house, like, are you really going to sleep through the night? I don't know. Okay, number 7. What are some of your favorite mom books? I have one that comes to mind, and it's The Best Yes by Lisa TerKeurst. And the reason why I say that is it's more of like a woman's Christian book. But I feel like that one as a mom really blesses me because I can say no to certain things, because the best yes is how can I best serve my family, what's going to be best for my children. And it really kind of shifted my perspective, because I'm a yes, like I love to say yes to things and I love to do all of the things because I'm an extremist. So why bother doing some things when you can do all things? So The Best Yes really kind of helped put that in perspective for me. Number 8, what is something you need to work on? Everything required to achieve question number 4, loosening the reins. I need to work on letting go a little bit, not trying to mitigate all the messes all the time, not trying to control just control the household. I need to loosen the reins. I'm working on loosening the reins directly to achieve my goal. Number 9, biggest mom lies that you believed. Oh, your children should be sleeping through the night by the time they're 6 months old. Oh, a baby doesn't need to nurse once they hit 4 to 6 months old throughout the night. They no longer need any nutrition throughout the middle of the night. So you shouldn't nurse them in the middle of the night after they're 4 to 6 months old. What? It's just one of those things where it's like, that was something that I believed in the beginning whenever I was pregnant with Caitlin, but then when Caitlin came around, that's not the reality. It is not our reality. Maybe some kids sleep through the night. My kids don't. And I'm content with that at this point. They've beaten me down. It's pointless to fight back. Number 10, what are your desires or prayers for your children? My biggest prayer for my girls is that they would know their identity and rest in it. Not try to be what the world wants them to be, not try to be what they think others might expect from them, to just be who they are. Completely rest in their actual identity. Number 11, how has being a mom changed you? I think it's changed my perspective on my life. I think it's given me a lot more clarity in the fact that my life has a greater impact on the future world than I originally believed it did. I'm just really aware of how impactful my life can be. 12, use 3 words to describe motherhood. No. Motherhood is a lot of no. Another thing that motherhood is tired. So tired. And then my last would have to be a phrase, and that's, it's worth it. Motherhood is worth it. 13, what advice would you give to new moms? Anything can be normal, as evidenced by my children's sleep habits. It's just normal for them. And we're working on figuring out healthier sleep patterns with them. But yeah, anything is normal. It really is. Also, never Google, ever. Don't Google it. One time, Caitlin got this horrible rash and she had a slight fever. and I couldn't figure it out. She had some congestion, and the rash was the weird part, right? So I hopped on Google, and I discovered that she had what could be considered Fifth's disease. Now, there's nothing really major about Fifth's disease. It just happens to be a cold that has a rash along with it. So I told Jared about this, and he said, "Why are you trying to kill our child?" He said, "Don't Google things." And I thought, there's a lot of wisdom in that. Not that Caitlin did have Fifth's disease, and it was just, as soon as her cold was gone, the rash was gone. It was no big deal. But it was one of those things where, you know what, you're right. I should not Google every little thing, because every time you Google something, you're going to Dr. Google your way to death. So don't Google, and anything is normal. Number 14, is there a Titus 2 woman or other mom that mentors you or you look up to? I would have to say that my Titus 2 woman is my mom in love, Brenda. She is amazing, honestly. I love her to death, and she raised 3 children. And so I can look to her and say, okay, she survived it and she still has all of her hair. We can do this too. So there is that. And that is all 14 questions. Thank you to Claire and April for putting these together and putting this collaboration together. I really do hope you'll check out the playlist, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.